I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing.
You might want to mute it. Also, not your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here.
Do you know if it came on the Facebook?
Do I think what?
Did it show up on your Facebook?
It did when it was scheduled to right before. It was like 7:55. It showed up on my Facebook.
No, it's not.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we live.
Oh, hi.
I'm trying to see
Okay.
if Mary can get in. She said she's trying to get in that. She's got some technical difficulties, so
Daryl, is there a way you can speak up a little bit?
hear me now?
Ooh, way better. I was struggling.
There we go. I'm sorry, I had the volume down.
Yeah, I know you have to have the volume down for a little bit. I'm still here.
Okay. I'm like, whoa, what happened?
I just had to get my
I'm looking at a
phone
very
situated.
handsome young man on screen.
Okay.
So, is Doc out this week?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I was asking earlier, but I guess so.
I don't see. We might just have to do the show ourselves.
Okay.
Might have to.
Are you
Give me
really
1
ready to
minute.
get started? Are you having any current
Yeah.
events? Or how was your week?
Huh?
Sorry, how was your week?
Give me 1 minute. We're gonna start. We're gonna get it popping, and then we go there.
Okay.
Check. Okay. I'm here now. All right, Camp.
One second.
Okay. You know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm ready now.
Ready now? All right.
Something like that. Ooh.
All right. So how you living? How you living? How you living?
I'm living hard. Yeah. It's just getting dark earlier and just, it's throwing off my speed a little bit this week. Because I'm thinking it's like 9 o'clock. I know it's 5 something, but it's getting dark too early.
It definitely is getting dark way too early.
Because when it get dark way too early, you think, the freaks come out and you can't really do, like, it just throws your whole schedule off until you get used to it. That's all I'm saying.
You said the freaks come out at night?
I'm just saying. When I think about
dark, 5:30?
5:30 too early, so that just throws off your whole like what you trying to get into. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Right.
But otherwise, how has your week been?
Week is good, but I have a special guest in the house. Her name is Jaquetta. I'm gonna say hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Being forced to be on here, but it's great.
That's what we do.
That's what you do. Okay.
Putting people to work. That's how we do it around here.
Yeah, I understand.
So we're talking about our weeks. My week was good. My week was really good. And it's even better today. So it's a great week.
That's good.
How about you? How was your week?
It was all right. Today was kind of rough and tough, but it was a good week. I try to brighten up my week. You see my new blue.
I see. Got the blue. And
yeah.
Blue don't mean sad, okay, everybody? It's not meaning sad.
Yeah, it's not sad. It's not a sad thing, but I thought about other colors, and I was like, people not ready for that. Just keep it the one color for the most part.
Girl, let them not be ready. You said hit them with the not ready. Hit them with the not ready.
Oh, because when I really do hit the streets, they can be like, "What? What you been up to?" Just know I'm good. So yeah, just dealing with students coming back, and they come back, they've been out for a while, they act up a little bit, but just diffuse the situation.
Hi, Mary. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good now that I'm finally allowed to come out and play.
Okay.
Right. I was at your window, like, can Mary come out? Can Mary come out?
Yeah. They had you locked away for a little bit, but I'm glad to see
you. Crazy. And then the people that I asked to have 2-factor authentication, I'm like, can a sister get in? I know it's a new device.
Mm-hmm. Technology.
Where's Doc at?
Doc is trying to support a client that won't disengage.
Okay. I was making sure I have to watch to look for her to sign the way.
Okay.
Hey, Doc. It's nice to see you.
Here she comes.
I guess there she is. Hey, Coco.
Here I is.
Hey, Coco.
She's not all the way in yet.
There she is.
Do I have to do
something?
What
was going on with the blue?
Oh, he was just saying blue don't mean sad.
So how do we get to the blue?
Oh, we were just talking about our week. I asked him how his week was
going. With the blue, she put blue in her hair. And she said she was going to hit him with the what'd you say?
I wanted to hit him with a couple of colors, but people are not ready yet.
Yeah, she was going to hit him with the not ready, but I told her hit him with the not ready and let them not be ready. Okay, you don't hold back for nobody.
You would say that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
people don't be ready. People don't be ready.
When you definitely got hit him, but it sounds perfectly normal coming from you.
People don't be ready.
Really, he just gonna walk away like that?
Well, if he's walking away, how was your week? We'll start with Mary. How was your week?
My week was special. So that's why you had to get up and walk away.
I had to walk away, and I'm back though.
My week it's been long. It's definitely long. But I can say it's productive. So I always try to focus on the wins and not the, what didn't go well. So that I can stay, in my intentions of my space. So I'm gonna say it went well. It just is very, very long.
Gotcha.
What about you, Doc?
Busy.
I think Doc is still trying to get video access. Unless you all can see her. I don't know.
I can see her.
I can see Doc.
Yeah. I see myself.
Okay, I see a
Looks
circle.
like I'm on.
Yeah.
She's looking right at me. Hey, Doc.
Hey. Yay.
There you go. Yeah, I see everyone.
I see a good
Awesome.
And I have an in-studio guest. Her name is
Yes, he does. He's putting people to work.
All right, nice.
You got an in-studio guest?
He sure does.
Yes. How
Are they PG-13 approvable? Because this conversation.
Oh, no, we always live. Here you go. There you go.
Hey, sweetie.
There you go. So she's
every time you say something, I think about a song, Daryl.
What song you think about?
When you said All the Way Live.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
So, what's the current events? I mean, because like I said, I can't see Doc.
Current events. The young man who killed 2 people and wounded a third was found not guilty. Look at that. Look at that justice system working the way it's supposed to work too.
I was gonna mention that, but I didn't think we was gonna talk about that since they dealt with white people. But
why not? I mean, it's the justice is working the way it's supposed to.
I get you, but I think last time we had other conversations about white people, especially you, Derek. You mentioned how why we talking about.
Wait a minute, I didn't say anything about white people.
No, you. But you did clarify.
I love everybody. Excuse me. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I love everybody.
It ain't about not
just because you love or dislike whoever.
It ain't nothing to do with it.
You can still have a healthy conversation about something that's happening of injustice.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Listen,
so,
this is justice. This is how justice is supposed to work.
In America,
is that right?
Justice is supposed to be fair. It's supposed to give both a chance, and it works for certain people.
Okay, so let's engineer backwards to somebody who didn't see the news. I've only seen the outcome and people talking about the unjust outcome. What happened?
So I think it's now Kyle Rittenhouse, young man who came to defend property that wasn't his, cross state lines with a gun that wasn't registered, that he shouldn't have had. Got into something with 2 other people. He killed 2, shot a third, and he was on trial for this. And he went to trial, and the justice system worked. Okay, so that 17-year-old man was defending himself. They were troublemakers down there protesting. He was just defending himself.
But then
with his pack of Skittles,
right? And so and really, what I feel is that's how justice should work. You should give someone a chance. It's just so often that melanated people don't get that chance. We're not afforded the same luxury of benefit of the doubt. We're not afforded the same luxury of being a young man who was doing something they thought was right and made a mistake, and now he gets no punishment. Right? So he basically now he can go on with his life, get whatever job he wants, and he'll be fine. And he killed 2 people. So I do believe this is how the justice system is supposed to work. The issue I have is that it doesn't work for us, for melanated people that way. You know, and that's
Right.
how
More
I feel,
guilty
and
to
that's where
proven innocent.
and that's where I think the injustice is, where justice isn't fair for everyone.
Okay.
Right. So is this the same? Not same. Did we get any resolve for the Julius case? That where they were trying to not have him, I guess, murdered by the state.
Oh, you talking about
somewhere in the Midwest?
So it was stayed.
I know it was a stay. Yeah,
it was a stay.
I don't know much about it.
Stay.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
it was a stay.
And how long is? Does anyone know how long that? What does a stay mean? Is it a certain amount of time? What happens now does a stay?
Normally with the stay, it really doesn't have a certain amount of time. It just depends when they go back. The board goes back to review it.
Okay, so they're saying like they put a hold, but he still may be executed in the future.
He could be, but there's a stay for right now.
Right
it's
now.
not. Sometimes sometimes the stay can be years. Sometimes it can be days or months.
Okay.
So that means he's not. That means he's still living among us.
Yes, he just won't be killed for now.
For now. Gotcha.
No, I'm not trying to be like that's
no,
right.
Mean.
No,
for now, meaning he's not totally off the hook, but they're going to torture. So, but I heard, my understanding that they know it's going to be a stay, but they still, whatever preparation you have before you go to execution, they still had him go through that to now even torture him mentally.
Exactly. That's emotional distress.
Right. It's more trauma.
Yeah, they said they could have told him it's gonna be, but they waited. They went through everything, and then like last minute, hey, we ain't gonna do it. We playing. Go back to yourself.
Which that's worse.
It is. It's sick. It's definitely sick. Hi, camera.
I'm taking a picture so she can see what she looked like.
Who?
Doc.
Huh?
Y'all say y'all can see her. I can't see her.
Yes, I'm looking right at her. Hey, Doc. How you doing, Doc?
She must still be in her session.
She got her.
No, I'm right here.
Well.
Yeah, she right here. Got a think cap on. Like,
I'm right here.
She like this. She like this. I'm
like
right here.
I
mean, she's sitting in the dark. I don't know if she got a headache, but she's there.
Is it dark?
It's darker than it normally is, but I can see you clearly.
I see light. So it's something.
I see the background light.
Yeah, I see.
I'm not gonna worry about it. The little circle was bothering my my OCD tendencies.
So
I'm okay.
Gotcha.
I'm okay.
Any other
heard of it?
To me, it looks like I'm in a light room. Maybe
we already what?
Let me go out.
You ready to cut off current events? We ready to go?
Don't let me back in because I let myself in. Maybe that makes a difference.
Okay, now your phone let you in. Okay, I'll go get my phone and let her in. What was I about to say now?
You don't know.
Did it pop up on Facebook and things like that? I don't think it did for whatever reason.
Did what happen?
Did this live pop up on the Facebook? I don't think
it popped up on mine because I'm connected with another. What I can see, from my it pops up on my notifications.
Yes, people are reacting.
Yes.
How people react to me. Put thumbs up. Put thumbs up if you're in the room. Hold on, let me let Doc in.
You getting up from your seat like you really have to let her in the room.
Why did he have to leave the room to let me in?
I'm going to say thank you all for dealing with our technical difficulties this evening. It was a storm in my neighborhood, I guess a couple weeks ago, that knocked out anybody who is an Xfinity user. And I didn't have the outage then, but since then, I haven't had consistent service, and it comes at the inopportune time.
Of course. Can y'all hear me?
The storm.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
And you're still in the dark room.
What in the world?
And I'm still in the dark room?
I'm really
I
not.
think he's just saying that to, you know how Daryl is.
Oh,
No,
Daryl.
you look dark. You look dark to me. I'm being honest.
I am dark.
No, you look like in a dark room. I'm dark too, but I got light. Let there be light. See that?
I knew he was about to say that.
So we good with the current events?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
It wasn't nothing positive that we can share.
It was 80 degrees yesterday.
That's not positive because now it's out here. We have.
I mean, no, it was cold in the morning. The sun came out, got hot. I was able to go outside for a walk.
The snow is coming next week, or the coldness is coming next week.
I was able to take some clients out. I mean,
you want to go to snowman?
Some people need the sunshine, so that's my positive.
All right. What's going on with y'all in these orgasm conversations? Is it necessary? Is it real? Is it, look at your face. Ooh. Is it out of, what is it called? Performance, obligation, or is it pleasure?
If you want to lift a leg too, I guess so. It's performance.
It's performance with lifting a leg?
If you want to.
Wait a minute, is lifting the leg performance or is that just normal? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, some people will say lifting their leg is performance because they want to show you what they're working with.
Get you to that orgasm.
We're going to put them in every position and twist it like pretzel anyway. That's just normal. If you can't put your leg up, if you can't lift your leg up, I can't perform. That's what I'm saying.
But what about, okay, we go back to music and the song. Go ahead, girl, put your leg up like this.
Like this, right. Like this, and like this, and like this, like this. Let's try to pop your hip out. Let's do it.
Not to pop your hip out. You want the people to be able to walk afterwards, right?
I mean, depending on we all have different goals.
You know,
especially if they got to get up and leave.
So you starting out the box already. People have different goals. We knew when you got in trouble last week in the green room for whatever story you was about to tell us and the motions that you was making in front of your microphone, and then you got a little reminder that you had to be G-rated.
Yeah, because these little things came in the room. They came in the room like that. What you talking about? Huh? What you say? Nothing. We talking about ponies. We talking about ponies.
And then we ain't hear nothing else from you, so then we came up with this conversation.
Got you. Great conversation.
From you doing your motions and stuff.
Yeah, great inspiration.
We ain't did that in a minute.
Yeah, a recall.
It's a recall. So, like, which one is it? Is it pleasure, performance, obligation?
How could it be obligation?
What purpose does it have?
Oh, I was about to say obligation. I was about to say obligation. I think a lot of women feel obligated to make the man feel like he feels good, and they act like it. I'm learning.
Okay, yeah. Because if they didn't feel obligated, they wouldn't fake it.
They right, because I'm about to say, if the numbers are, if we're looking at 11% of women are having orgasms, there's a whole there's a whole bunch of people feeling like obligation is they have to do this, right? And they're not even getting fully pleasured from what I'm learning, if these numbers are correct.
So, in looking at those numbers, is it that a lot of people are not saying that they're experiencing it, or they don't know what the true, authentic experience is?
I
think there's some of both.
All the time.
I think it's some of both.
Every time you release is not necessarily an orgasm, it's a release.
I know, but I'm saying I'm releasing, and it's not my orgasm. But guess what? There's something at the end of my rainbow every time. Okay.
A pot of gold like 11
How about your rainbow 11%?
until like around somewhere
you
in the
can't
70s,
either. You like, I know I'm just too much for myself.
I'm cramping up. Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Doc,
you
Doc,
probably be
I'm sorry.
cramping up in the middle of you talking about. All right, I'm good. I'm sorry, you not all right.
I am not. It happened. It has happened to the best of us. Anyway. Out. Doc, what were we saying? I'm sorry, Doc.
Well, I was
What were we
saying
saying?
that until somewhere in the 70s, you know,
I'm just trying to,
scientists,
have the
medical
conversation. You said
professionals
11%. What's the
did not
11%?
I think Mary can't hear me.
I don't think so. Can you hear Doc here?
I can't hear or see Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You were talking right over Doc.
Yeah, I can't hear or see her, so I'll be quiet.
We'll tell you. Hey, Doc is talking. Good Doc.
This is real awkward. Well, I said that until somewhere in the 70s, medical professionals, mental health professionals, most professionals didn't think that women needed to have orgasms. They didn't think it was necessary for women.
So y'all gonna actually have to tell me what she say too, because I can't hear.
Yeah. So what Doc said was in the 70s, doctors were like, hey, you don't need to have orgasms. Cut the clit out.
They thought it was normal for women not to have them.
Yo,
they thought it was normal for women not to have orgasms. That was normal.
That's so patriarchal.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But Daryl, can I challenge you a little bit as the male in this conversation?
Go ahead. I'm here.
So I just said that was patriarchal, and we all agreed, right? Well, y'all have to tell me if Coco Licious agreed.
She laughed. She said she agrees.
The mindset that's set behind that whole premise is in alignment with what you say often. Like, as long as I get mine, I'm okay. So where does it evolve to having a commitment that both partners can enjoy the moment?
I don't necessarily think that's true. To be honest, I think it's because women were not outspoken. If someone's not telling you what they want, then you're going to do what you do. So I think it evolved out of women just not saying, I need this, I want this, or even knowing what they need or want, because men are just doing what they do. So I don't think it's, I think it evolved over time just because lack of communication. That's what I really feel happened. If you're with a woman and not really telling you anything, and you're with another woman, she's not telling you anything,
you're gonna do whatever.
This becomes a learned need, right? It becomes a learned need. We know and we feel like we're doing something, and it's a bit of selfishness, right? Because most time men do have something in their ring, so it's a bit of selfishness, but it's also just people not talking, a woman not saying what she wants or not knowing what she wants, and that's the difference. I know like I'm music or drugs, and it was a very selfish thing that started doing like that. It's about me. I just want to have this feeling. I want to do this again, and no one said anything to the latter for a long time to let me know that we need this, we would like this. This would feel better. It wasn't a conversation they had. I think women love men and will sacrifice other things, in the pursuit of that man. And I think that's why we start having this way of thought that becomes a learning age overall across the board, because it's not saying anything.
So then, I don't know, is Doc saying something?
No.
Can you hear me now?
She's drinking 8 gallons of water.
Jug of something.
Water.
Oh, okay.
So if women aren't saying anything, and people were so outraged when Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion came out with their outward sexual, sensual behavior, but we don't condemn what Little Kim was doing, or any other previous musical artist, is it still the society saying that we don't have permission to truly experience, I guess, the ultimate experience of a sexual encounter or intimate encounter? Because you don't necessarily have to have sex to have an orgasm.
Right.
Correct.
I just learned about energy, but go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, well, I don't think when Little Kim came out with her debut album and all this, I think it was talked about, but with Black folk, it's always something taboo. So I think in private circles, or I would say I was a preteen teenager at the time, stuff was being said at church about it.
Right.
And how we should and should not react, what colors we should not wear as young girls, women, how we should wear our hair. It was just like, if you wear your hair like what you see in the music videos, that's that's not the way you should be walking in. Anything that resembled that was how it was talked about. That lended itself to presenting yourself with that open sexuality or sensuality or just being who you are. So I think in private circles or at home, I feel like it was talked about.
Well, I guess in the bigger scheme of things, I think I would think my car driving. I think men, I guess the patriarchal, you don't want women to be sexual because you don't want them going out there doing what you do. You don't want them to be free. You don't want them to be free. Right? You want your wife to feel like she can go out there and throw her world. So you're going to condemn. I'm not here. Whose phone's ringing, I'm not here.
It's not me.
It's not me.
It's my background.
So I think that's why they condemn it, because you don't want your wife to have that sexual freedom. You want your girl to have that sexual freedom because you may take that sexual freedom on the road. So I think that's why society sometimes jumps at it and tries to stamp it out, because you don't want your wife out there getting that little thing within a pair of throat with somebody else.
So then it's like they property.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what.
So you're condemning my ability to experience the pleasure because you want to control me like property.
But if you marry somebody, go ahead.
But no, I'm probably gonna be the same. Here we go again. Here's the problem. But we say like my wife, like that's my car, my wife. You're showing ownership by saying that, right? So it is a bit of ownership type mentality you have with your girl. That's my girl. Like it's not she ain't street. Like if like that's my she's the street, but she with me right now. I don't think that's appeasing. That's not appetizing. I don't want my girl to be for the street. So there is a bit of ownership.
But you want her to be a lady in the street and a freak in the bed.
Yeah.
So me necessarily, no, I want you to be you, whoever you are, all the time, right? That's just me. Because I'm not really. If you can't do it, we can keep somebody. So that's silly. Like when we think we're going to do something to keep them, or we're going to stamp out their sexuality, it's going to come out. Like they need it, one way or another. So me, do what you do, and then we can do what we do together. I'm not really big on. Don't wear that. First of all, you can wear a whole trash bag and somebody's still gonna want you. It don't matter what you have on, how your hair is. You know what I mean? It matters. You got those 3 holes and there's access to them. That's all that matters.
I'm sorry. I should not be laughing.
But I think some of this goes deeper and further.
Because you broke it all the way down to some 3 holes.
They didn't think that women should, or women themselves didn't think that they should enjoy sex or had the right to enjoy
Which hole
sex.
grants you the pleasure the most?
All of them. Equally. They're equally yoked. All equally yoked.
Oh, now they're gonna be equally yoked. The Bible, not the Bible. The Bible said they could all 3 be equally yoked.
Well, I think in the bedroom, right? If married, it's whatever, right?
Are you trying to say nothing is defiled in the bedroom? Is that what you're saying?
Who, me?
No, I was asking the girl.
I'm saying, married, do what you do. I don't think your brain goes off. I mean, the times you're supposed to, brain goes off if you're married. Outside, that's fornication. But I'm saying that, so everything should be enjoyed.
You said all holes are to be enjoyed? Is that what you said?
All holes. Everything should be enjoyed.
Okay, I just had to make sure I heard what I heard. Okay.
I made sure I laughed because you said it was supposed to be a joke. Because when you put the conversation of the life structure and choice of religion, then how it looks at like orgasms is different based on how it is that you fellowship.
Right.
And so then that makes it like almost like an obligation versus pleasure, obligation and performance more so versus pleasure and sensuality. So it's like, how we living? How we living?
Again, I really believe it's lack of communication would make it what it is. I don't think when in the 70s men were asking women what they wanted, you know, they weren't saying, hey, do you guys like this? No, but I don't know how the women were also fighting for their sexual freedom or their need to be met either. I don't know enough about the time, but I don't know, like, it was a big movement that the women like, we want you to. I don't think that's the case. Especially when, I guess, back to the time where women didn't need shoes, you know what I mean, because they was in the kitchen all day. I don't think they even had a voice to even express those things at that point either. But that's what I gather. I'm not really sure. I haven't studied the time. Hey, y'all tell me what y'all. I mean, y'all know what happened to y'all people that y'all know. Maybe your friends that told y'all, not y'all.
Did we make you uncomfortable? You flipped that real quick.
No, I mean we have some great questions from maybe their friends told them. I'm not saying y'all personally. I'm saying maybe your friends told them. Not y'all.
Not
us. Maybe something he had heard.
So what did our friends tell us? What we had heard?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, like with you know, are both women comfortable talking to whoever they're with about what their needs or wants are?
I think more so now.
I think before we even get to that, do women know what an authentic organization? I mean,
I'm sorry. So Doc can't hear you. Mary can't hear you. So
Mary, you still can't hear me. Mary still can't.
No,
hear
she can't.
Okay.
Still can't hear you. Yeah.
I can't see her or hear.
Oh my God! I've been in and out 3 times. Okay.
Okay. That's what he said.
That's what. Wait. That's what he said.
Right. Yeah.
Mary, you can go.
Yeah, Mary.
I don't know what. I don't even know no more. What I was getting. Oh, I said before we can talk about like what people have told us. Do people really even know what experiencing an orgasm is? Because you may think it, and then it's perceived that you was faking it, but you may not receive it or experience it till after the age of 40, 35, 40 and above.
Well, I have a question, on top of that. I mean, if you feel something to be that, is that? Like, if I feel this is the orgasm, or is it, like, what is an orgasm, right? It's different for different people, correct? Right. So
correct.
You may feel the an orgasm. Maybe
you feel a sensation. You feel
right. So, and I guess what I get contingent upon how open you are with yourself, partner, things of that nature, that sensation could be more intensified. Right, so I mean, there's different levels of orgasm, right? You can have orgasm, you can have that orgasm like that over the top one, but I think that's about more of a connection and how open you can be to that person to let you get to that point, whatever that means.
Right. All right, give me a second. I'm sorry.
Okay. You're trying to come back in. So, Doc.
Hey, Daryl.
I mean, it's back to me and you again, like when they were on. Okay.
Right.
And we had to hold it down.
Hold it down. I'm trying to come through on the computer.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you're right. It is defined in different ways, and it's even defined differently amongst professionals. So the medical professionals have a definition, and
I'm with you, Daryl. What's
mental
happening?
health professionals have a definition.
Is she talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Medical is different in each field. Medical professionals, from professional to professional, they have different answer for what an orgasm looks like or supposed to feel. It's very subjective. Contingent upon, I guess. Remember, it's culturally. There's a whole bunch of things that you add to it that I guess all together will dictate what your orgasm looks or feels like or whatever the case may be.
Yes. And I mean, there are some basic physiological things that happen,
Okay.
I don't know if you ever watched that show, John. I forget what it was called, Master or something, where Masters and Johnson were doing all these sexual experiments.
No.
It was a show that came on one of those HBO or Stars or something, and it talked about how they developed all the information they came up with about sexual experiences, and
Gotcha.
their model of it was excitement, plateau, orgasm, then resolution. So that was kind of the start of
an orgasm,
of the definition of what happens, the physiological changes that happen in the body when you have an orgasm.
Because in the Oxford Dictionary, it talks about how it has to be centered in the genitals, and it's the climax of sexual excitement. That's their definition of what an orgasm is. Because if you have to feel it in a certain spot, and if you don't, it's like that's not a real orgasm, according to that definition.
Right.
How important is oral sex to orgasm?
I think it's very important.
I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean? How important?
No, the reason why I say I know people like it's real serious, like how? I would say it's very important.
It's really necessary. I see. Really
No,
necessary. From what you all agreed.
I'm gonna say I think it's very important because there's research that most women can't have an orgasm unless they are pleasured orally first.
Yeah, put that out there, Kim.
So if you don't pleasure your women, if you don't pleasure her first orally, and you just dig right in, and you humping and grinding or doing whatever you call yourself doing, circling, ain't nothing. You just hitting on flesh. What are you doing? You got to have some foreplay, some tongue action, something.
That's real. You say that's real.
That's research. Most women don't have orgasms unless you go down on them first. It gives them some type of oral pleasure. Or
it's a sensory pleasure.
Yes.
That's what your friends told you? That they told y'all?
My friends told me that is research, but I'm going to say, well, every woman is different. I'll just say that.
Right.
But research does show most women, period, will not orgasm or climax unless they have oral sex first.
Right. You got to warm that car up. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
Can you hear Doc now, Mary?
I can see her and I can hear her.
Amen.
We hear. Okay. So now we know. Hey, fellas.
But the thing is that we're only live on YouTube. Because we started 10 minutes after Facebook cancels.
Okay.
So we'll have to share it to the page afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Daryl, to answer your question, or partly because orgasms don't only occur during sexual stimulation.
True.
Right. I learned they happen with energy. I'm telling y'all missed it.
Where did the energy come from? Where did this energy conversation come from? Are you allowed to say it?
It also happens during dry sex.
We were talking about dry sex. That's not like burns.
No, we mentioned later. You can have an orgasm in the club dancing or having dry sex on humping. You can.
When I shared that in my class, that was a game changer in the class, like for sure.
It can definitely happen.
I mean, it can, but so that shows how mentally you have to be at a certain place.
I mean, you can have them just from fantasizing.
Right.
By stimulating your mind, the fantasy, the dream, the anticipation.
What? Okay, gotcha. But I've learned that energy, without even touching the person, you could just and make it happen.
Okay.
So like,
Is that like the Vulcan?
Yes, yes, yes,
The Vulcan mind meld?
yes. The mind's a powerful thing. I think if you definitely get on the right wavelength with someone, it definitely could happen, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm learning that.
I'm glad you are open to learning, Daryl.
Hey, I'm in school. I'm in session. Teaching.
No, I'm just saying, I'm glad you're open to learning.
Energy, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that energy is like based on if you are attracted to somebody or not.
So really, that's the bar, if you're attracted to them or not. I think it would have to be a lot more than that, right? Because
you need something to stimulate you.
But everybody, again, so attraction isn't so attraction is very subjective too. Like some people like it might be big butt or big breasts or big feet, whatever they like. I mean, you might not be a face guy. So I don't know. I think attraction it varies as well.
Well, yeah, I didn't say attraction had to be from what they look like either.
Well, that's why I categorize in different type of attraction. Okay.
I mean, if you're having a stimulating conversation,
right,
or people like to say,
me,
if you're being mentally fucked, then
I don't know about okay, I comment or anything, but a great conversation definitely does set the mood right. I guess it's like y'all get to eat now. I leave down, lick my brain.
No, but okay.
I guess it really comes from the central nervous system.
Right. The whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, then there could be multiple ways it could happen. Not just a sexual stimulation.
So could it be
could
it be from a food stimulation too, or something else?
It could.
Some people say that a really good meal.
A really good meal?
I've heard people say that. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard people say that.
Ooh, that steak.
Yes.
But what's the difference between that and the dry humping in the club? Like where you get that sensory gratification in the club and men just busting off, or they on a New York train station and they like bumping up against people so that they can get that sensory stimulation.
Yeah, again, you're feeling something too, so that's also physical. You have to touch that puts you over. That's no different than you touching your own stuff, because you're definitely rubbing it on something. So, and mentally, help out. But that's different than I think than meeting the state.
But I think that there are some people who have that moment that you saying is kind of unrealistic. Because you have the ID population who they don't really need a lot to stimulate them, but they are definitely highly sexualized.
What's the ID
I can see that.
Intellectual, they say disabilities. I say unique abilities.
But if you can have a pressure orgasm.
And but I think that's what's the pressure orgasm?
It comes from indirect stimulation of applied pressure. It's something that children do when they're exploring. It's usually in kids, but if you've never grown from that,
gotcha, that
space. So I can see how ID, they're not doing it as a sexual act.
Right.
This is
pressure.
This is what it causes, that good feeling, but they don't know why.
Right. And they just want to continue to get it again.
Yes. Yes.
On themselves.
Yes. Yes.
Like they're
self-stimulation.
Gosh.
But I'm thinking about what Mary was saying. people that rub up against people like on the subway or something like that. I'm thinking maybe they're arrested in that phase, you know, because
Like paralyzed.
That pressure. They get that pressure when they rub up against somebody.
But then that goes to start it in their mind.
Go ahead, Doc. You getting that pressure there? You feeling something deep in your loins? I see you like, he
was like, yeah.
Doc.
She like, how much longer we about to talk? Because it's about to happen.
I'm gonna call you back.
Oh my gosh.
Very interesting. So pressure. Okay. Imagination.
You said masturbation?
Imagination.
Oh, imagination.
Imagination, not masturbation.
We see where some people are and what they want to hear.
I mean, but masturbation helps with a pleasure-oriented orgasm. I know you don't subscribe to that.
Tell me more. Yeah, tell me
but
more.
And masturbation is intentional. You're going for that. I would think most people, when they masturbate, they're going for that.
So
when you rub on somebody on the train, is intentional as well.
So pressure orgasm is not intentional. That's what you're saying.
Simulated. You froze up.
I don't understand how that's unintentional if I'm on a train rubbing on you.
I guess in the sense that you know what will happen. So yeah. I guess it is intentional.
You have a desired goal at the point.
At some point, yes.
Well, what if the train is crowded and you get pressure and pushed on the pole? You know, the pole, like you have to stand up. I mean, that's not necessarily intentional if it's crowded and that pressure is applied to your body. I'm just saying, could that be?
I don't know. For a man, that pole on my pole, I don't know how rewarding that's going to be. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I don't know about that. But maybe for one, I'm like the pole, she's kind of scissoring. No, the other one. I learned another term today. Tripping. So if it's on pole, it's almost like tripping because the pole is kind of, that's what I mean. If you're standing like, never mind.
What was the term again?
I'm learning.
You're breaking up.
Tripping.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tripping. Okay,
yeah,
yes.
I hear you.
Yes.
Tripping.
Okay.
I'm the only one who didn't know. I got a lot of stuff.
It has a term. Yes, it has a term. Or it has a
catching up to do. So masturbation is important for something Mary said, and I don't know if she said for development of something.
What did she say?
Something about masturbation being.
Then we talk self-exploration.
Well, not self-exploration, more. She said it maybe it's one of the same. I'm not sure. I missed what she named. Or it helps. So does masturbation help you learn how to orgasm, or does it limit how you orgasm?
I think it helps you. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, I know a lot of times if a guy has a lot of masturbation, sometimes they may not be able to perform during sex because they're used to making themselves do it in a certain way. Huh? It's not like that. It's not like that for women. I'm not a woman. I just know some men do it so much that y'all said no, y'all can do it all day. And okay, okay. I'm learning.
I feel like for women, self-pleasuring is not that doesn't take away from the real thing. It's just
no. I thought that too. They sometimes you're digitally stimulating stuff all the time, or you use something like a vibrator or something like that, it desensitizes to a regular penis because the regular penis can't do what that is doing at that rate. So that could desensitize a woman from actually orgasming with a man.
I see what you're saying. But could it be opposite as well?
I don't know.
No,
Not what I
well, yeah, I'm
wanted,
asking
like,
that, but because I know a lot of women do use toys, but a lot of women don't because it's not the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So all it does is just piss them off. Because they want the real thing.
I've heard that.
I think I'm one of those people.
And I've
Like,
heard women say that they don't just want oral sex.
right.
That once they get to a certain point, then they need some penetration.
Correct.
yeah, some women
Some women.
they want you to lick it into rape for it, then they want you to stick it in so they can
Mm-hmm.
finish.
Mm-hmm.
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 Daryl taking notes.
I'm learning.
Because I feel like there's
Fellas,
nothing wrong
fellas,
with
pay attention.
using toys or different apparatuses. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like it could take away from the real experience because you're expecting one thing, but the real thing does something different.
Mm-hmm.
Same goal, but it maneuvers differently.
I don't know. The only way I could see that happening is if you have not had sex with another person.
Okay.
You know, if you've been doing that and using just the toys, then you might have different expectations of what a real person could do.
That makes sense.
Even if you had sex before, when you get the toy that does something different speeds, whatever the case may be, and you can come to want that, right? And now mentally you're connected to that piece of whatever that did whatever to you, and the penis may not be able to perform that way. That definitely can, change your outlook on things.
I think that's when people add the toy to the sex.
Yeah, but now you're dependent on a toy to finish.
No, you're not dependent.
You're not dependent on the toy to finish.
I ain't never heard the reset clitoris button. I just learned the clitoris got a reset button.
It'll come back to you.
Okay. Well, yeah. She said.
I said the clitoris resets itself. Leave it alone. You play for a while, and you leave it alone, and then you stop playing with the toys, and then you leave it, let it reset. Go back to you do. You're fine.
So but that's like
great way of putting it. Yes.
No, I don't think so. That's like being a drug addict, right? You're gonna have relapse. You're gonna pick it up.
You're not mentally attached to the toy.
You're mentally attached to the feeling that the toy brings. So now you can't put it down like you need to, and relapse is 7 times. So it's gonna be 7 times.
You know what?
Get the feeling out. But
I don't think it works like that, Daryl. What I have seen though is if someone who's been having sex for a long time and thought she was having a good experience each time, but maybe not having that full orgasm the first time that person has it, then they want to recreate what made it happen.
Right.
I've heard of that. So now they want to have sex in that same position, the same music playing on the,
They're trying to create the same experience they had
trying
before.
to recreate the same experience to make it happen again. Because a lot of times, especially with women, it's like that first one is like by accident.
Is it?
You're not intentionally trying to get it.
Mm.
So your first one wasn't by accident, that's not you, but somebody that you know. It happened on purpose. You knew it was gonna happen.
It wasn't by accident.
My first time was accident. My first time was accident. I'm a boy. I'm a man, Damon, and it was a mistake the first time it happened. I didn't know, and when it happened, I said, "Oh, okay." Woo!
I don't know if it's okay. So with somebody that's in touch with their very sensual, in touch with your body, whatever. I think as though Doc mentioned something, you can have an orgasm outside of having penetration or just sex in general. You can do other stuff. So once you've done other stuff for so long and you know what's happening with your body and you know it's coming, you can have orgasm other ways, but then it's like, I want to have an orgasm.
The question was, can you have an orgasm the first time? Not by mistake.
I answered it earlier.
No, you didn't. You talked about feelings and all this stuff down the road.
I said it wasn't by mistake.
Well, maybe only you. because most people fall into a mistake, didn't even know it's possible. Most of them didn't even know it was until man heard about it. It was like a unicorn.
I'm just saying, if you get to learn your body after a while and you're doing all this research and you read and you experience certain things, I mean, by mistake, I don't see how it's happening by mistake.
You learn yourself. So by the time you got ready to someone else, then you knew what to do to make it happen. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I knew when it was happening, and I knew it was going to happen.
But how did you know what's going to happen?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I knew it was going to happen by just, it's weird how to explain it. In the moment, not that like way before, but almost at that moment, I knew what was coming. So it's something that we had talked about. We had planned for, had conversations about what I like, what he didn't like. Just
you planned for listen. Your first orgasm, you plan for it. Like, hey, look, babe, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna pick your leg up.
After a while, you know what I feel like. After you've been doing stuff, you know what you want, or you think you know what you want.
How do you know what you want when it's not even a possibility, right? You don't know that what even makes you get there. Like, you learn what makes you there by mistake because it happened. And like I said, exactly what Doc said happened to me. The first time it happened was, whoa, what just happened? After that, I wanted to do everything the same. Like, hey, lay like this, put your legs, remember you like this, and hold breath. Like, I was holding my breath at the time. So, right? That's what I believed made it happen. Now, I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody that planned their first orgasm? No, I just don't know anyone who, because you don't know. Like, you might, even if you heard about it, we don't know what it is per se. Like, I know I heard about orgasm. I don't know what it was.
I mean, like, I'm just saying with that person, we had talks and because you know how you be talking about.
I don't care what you talked about. I don't care what the hell y'all talked about. Ain't no way you planned orgasm. Doesn't matter. You got to know your own body, right?
No, you can help her find it. Or she, whatever you're doing.
You have to be in a position mentally for you to have an orgasm. I don't care what nobody else does. You got to be in a position.
But if you want it to happen and you're having these conversations and you know yourself and you're learning what you like, then it happens.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. What did you want to happen? Because you didn't even know what the orgasm was. You heard in theory, like, my body's going to do something and it's going to feel a certain way. How do you know what you want when you don't know what it is? I'm confused. I don't even know what it is, so how can I know what I want? I had orgasm, and we may say that, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how my body's gonna react, how my body's gonna respond. Like I said, I heard about orgasm. I get what
you're saying.
Yeah, I heard about orgasms, and I didn't know what it was until it happened. Because when it hit me, I was addicted. I was on crack. I was like, this is amazing. Oh my God, this is great. Again, like, it was amazing. It really changed my life at that point because it was like, you know.
You serious? Yeah, it changed your life. Okay.
It changed my life. I loved her. We were in love.
You said you did love her.
Forever.
You know, he said forever.
It was just an amazing feeling. You know, it just was something that just went through the body. Hey, Neil.
Hey, Ruth.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, Ruth.
So I just can't see anybody planning their first orgasm. That's just, I might have planned to have sex with you, but I maybe plan the next orgasm. Like I said, we're going to
okay, are you talking about the next one? You're talking about how you're going to come or how you want to come or how you can see something happening or how you feel towards this person and your emotions are mixed up and it just, you know.
So, Daryl, did you find yourself trying to recreate it with other people too, or just that one person?
Same thing.
So, luckily, I had some great friends, and they told me, "Hey, it ain't her, it's you, bro. Anybody." And I said, "What?" And they said, "Yes." So then I was like, "I don't need you no more because it was me, not you." And then I was for the streets for a little while. I was
gotcha. Okay, I have a question.
So I could do this anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I do have a question.
Oh yeah.
From the spiritual sense of having the orgasm, I know some people I've heard say it's sacred. Like they feel like what they share with somebody else is sacred, or they're really in tune with that person. Have you ever felt like that in life about an orgasm?
I don't know how many men feel sacred because we share with everybody.
Daryl already explained the male's
But what
perspective.
about,
Exactly.
Hold on.
about inner ejaculation? Have you
Hold on.
ever ejaculated without actual semen? Actually not ejaculate, had an orgasm and there was no ejaculation.
No, I don't know that. I've never had inner anything. I'm letting it out.
You say inner
I'm gonna give
what?
it to you. Inner ejaculation.
Okay.
Doc, I see your face.
You said you have inner ejaculation without, what was the rest of it?
Without semen.
Have ejaculating without semen being released. Oh, you know what?
Oh, for guys.
For guys, I had that happen once. It's called blue balls. Don't do that ever again. And that's hurt. It hurt.
No, it's called a real orgasm.
That's a real orgasm? I haven't had a real one yet then. I don't know. I'm letting it go. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I was almost there and stopped. You know, but that's because I didn't want to finish yet. Like, wait, hold on, don't move. Nobody moves. Don't move.
Nobody move, nobody get hurt.
Nobody move. Nobody get shot. Okay, don't move. And then once the feeling goes away, but I don't think I've ever experienced an inner orgasm. Like to be honest, I wouldn't even know what that was. Right? That was something that I'm learning tonight. I am learning so many things. Listen, I got so much research to do after this. I'm gonna take class and study. But yeah, so inner orgasm. Can women have inner orgasms?
We have yeah, I mean, every woman doesn't work right.
Right. So most of your orgasms are inner. But maybe, I mean.
And it depends on if it's a clitoral or vaginal orgasm.
Gotcha. Okay, I do. Yeah. I do know there's a difference between clitoral and a vaginal spot, things of that nature. So I do know those things. I know some things. I'm not totally.
You say you're not totally ignorant.
Not totally ignorant. Okay. Don't think I'm just ignorant out here. These streets. Very interesting. Very interesting. I gotta learn.
Yeah, definitely different ones.
And I'm gonna do a poll about who planned first orgasm, and I guarantee it's gonna be one person that planned their first orgasm.
So can you enjoy sex without having an orgasm? Does that always have to be the goal?
No.
I think men.
Well,
have
maybe
to learn,
for.
and not all, but I think a lot of men have to learn because we're so used to, again, how the first time that ejaculation happens with us, it becomes a drug. A lot of guys I know, them go a wild tear. You just want to stick it in something. Men stick it in all type of stuff. I learned this talking cantaloupes, all type of stuff, socks.
Yeah, they
stick it in everything. So it makes you think that you have to stick it in to have an orgasm. You know, and a lot of men don't know the difference between orgasms either, between coming and having an actual orgasm.
Right.
Men just come. Very few have orgasms because we're just so primitive at that point. We just want great.
So if a man doesn't come, then the goal hasn't been met, or has it been met? If it's been enjoyable.
So I'm say if I don't come, I don't like you.
Dang.
He's just straight to the jugular.
No, I would.
Okay.
I would think that men have to, for the most part, come because we're just so used to doing it.
Okay.
We've been doing it pretty much as soon as you get to the point you have that feeling, you do that. That's what you do. Like sex in the beginning, not for all, but most people I know, sex in the beginning is about coming. Like that feeling, we want to chase it. We're chasing that high. We're chasing that feeling again. And a lot of times, like I said, we are grown adolescents because as we grow, we don't take that type of thought. We're still chasing that feeling, that drug, because it's like a drug. Like I was addicted. I was like, again, walking. I remember touching my ankle real bad. It was blew up like a balloon, and I found an old cane. I caught 2 buses in a train and walked 17 blocks to get to her house. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
And I always look back on it, and I'm like,
That was a drug.
I went there just to have sex, to have that experience. And I remember as I'm humping on her, she was like,
Mm.
And I was in the town. I didn't really care. It's gonna be great. Oh, this is awesome. It was crazy. But that's what we were.
Talk.
And it seemed like that's what drove me for so long.
Mm.
You know, it drove me for a long time, just chasing that feeling. And then chasing that feeling without putting anything in. You say, hey, you're just sticking it in. That's not right. Hey, I need a woman. Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I need. And after a while, because you think that this is okay, and when you do that one person that tells you something different, you're like, hey, you're back. It's you. It's not me. No one else said anything.
Hmm. That's wow. So when you think of yourself, like ladies, when we think of ourselves as young women, when we first started having sexual encounters, and the guys and what they had to do to get to us or be with us, or it's very interesting. Daryl said he found a cane. He took 3 buses and a train and walked 17 blocks.
It was serious.
Serious. I had to get it. I was chasing the drug. I needed it. No, she could give it to me at that time.
But when you found out she wasn't the only one that could do that,
it changed even how she looked. She wasn't even attracted to me anymore. Like, she was the best thing ever when that happened. And when I was with her, I'm like, I'm ill. I don't like her. Yeah. And started just being out there. But and the problem, that's what I said, men, we have it. The problem men have is that if we're not taught. You know, men don't teach other men. Older men usually don't teach us. They may teach us how to play basketball, football. They may teach us, being tough. Not showing emotion, but they don't want us how to be with a woman, how to romance a woman, how to be with them sexually, how to be with them just in any fact. They really don't tell. And they might say like something like that. That's very surface, but you don't learn how to be with women, and with no real representations on TV or in music or in song, we just do the wrong thing a lot of the time, and it takes a long time to really get it. And I think we really mess a lot of women up with our nonsense. Yeah, I feel
But I also think it's women out there, like, I feel like we're not taught how to. I'm talking about, like, we're not taught how to be lovers and nothing like that, or what to do. You just learn as you go. On the other flip side, so it's just like some people learn to just lay there. I've had people say, "Oh, I did something." Like, what did you do? Oh, I just laid there. Like, what do you mean? What you mean? That's not doing nothing. So it takes more than that. I think it's on both sides. So, and how can you complain about the other person and you ain't did nothing? Well, you're trying to do something, but you're just laying there. I'm just saying. When it comes to pleasuring each other or orgasms or however, on either side.
What? And that's the problem, because even the one later guy usually. So he feel like he could accomplish something. She didn't really get anything out of it. That's the problem. That's definitely a problem for both of us. And I think we're really even having a great experience at that point. Either one of us. I don't think it's a great experience for either person. And that's why you're out here, in these streets trying to find that chasing whatever, chasing that one good feeling. But you get a girl to teach you, you both go get my energy.
So I'm gonna pose a question, and I'm only posing it because when I was trying to reacclimate myself to the topic before we came on, I found something that was very interesting. So can you only have orgasms in your genital areas?
I only have genital areas. I don't know.
Who's that?
Mary, you have like
Mary.
2 things on or something? There's 2 things on? Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Something got to mute.
Because you wouldn't pull me out the back room.
Oh, I kept checking to see if there. My phone in a different room, but I can't turn it off. Like the sound is coming out. I'm sorry. You want me to let you in now? I can let you in now.
No, it's fine. I'd rather be where I can actually see and hear Doc. So
Yay.
Okay.
Yes.
So the question posed was, do you only have orgasms in your loins?
In your loins.
I don't know.
I'm going to venture and say that it must be some other places that it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in the brain.
I mean, if it comes from the central nervous system, like, couldn't you feel it in other parts of your body?
I don't know. You asked the question, what's the answer?
I mean, we talked about women. You know, you can have a clitoral, vaginal, anal.
That's still all in that area.
But it's still a nervous.
It's
still
nervous.
nerves being stimulated differently. Because
Yeah.
it's different type of orgasms that happen in all of those places that have been mentioned.
Yes. So I read something that said that people, foot amputees, have a feeling of orgasm in the space where their foot once was.
What? They got a ghost orgasm?
A ghost.
That's interesting.
That's
very interesting.
And you know that people who are paralyzed from the waist down, they can still have orgasms.
Which that's a like a misnomer. People believe that if you a shot victim and all of that you're unable to utilize that part of your body, and that's not true.
Well, some can, correct? Or is it?
It's some people who can't, but it depends on like where the bullet landed.
Gotcha. Very interesting. So you can have. So that means orgasm can have a place. You can have orgasm in a body part that no longer exists, and I guess they can manifest other places.
Did he call it a ghost?
He did. He said it no longer exists, but you're gonna have an orgasm from there.
Well, it talked about that you can have orgasms, like skin orgasms. Like, you know how you get goosebumps or you have a tingly feeling? And people are like, oh, I just got goosebumps, but you feel some type of pleasure, it says. So skin orgasms.
Goosebumps are orgasms. Is that what we're saying?
It's the same sensory nervous system response. Does that sound better for you instead of saying the goosebumps is an orgasm? It's the same sensory stimulation response.
Okay. How about the chills? When you get the chills, ooh, shit. Is that an orgasm? That's a quick one.
That's the same sensory stimulation response.
I need a yes or no.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Is that a yes or no? Is that an orgasm?
And then they talk about the exercise orgasms, but you have the exercise to fatigue, but you feel pleasure. Like if you start doing leg lifts, raising your arms, working on your core.
Yes. Okay. I can see that. Sometimes you get that good workout. Go smoke a cigarette.
And a lot of people who are unpartnered use their workout as their sensual sensory stimulation.
Their release.
Yeah. So you know what? So I guess the question earlier was that I have orgasm right in the well, that would be one. You know, lifting weights sometimes would definitely be like, yo, that was it. Release endorphins. So I that, but orgasms are right. Releasing in that dopamine release.
Why she let her work out?
I knew it. Your name is Jackson too. Now every time you're on Facebook when you little workout pics, I'm ill.
Or Abe, did you just have an orgasm?
Ill, Neil. I can't believe you over here working out again. Did you work out all 3 times a day already?
Sometimes you need it 3 times in a day.
Hey.
Yeah, I agree. If you have a
and if it's self-pleasure, it don't take many minutes.
Uh-huh.
I think I heard y'all talking about that already, though.
Yeah.
Oh, self-pleasure. You kind of touched on it a little bit. Self-pleasure. You were saying something about it before you went off, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember what you said, Mary.
Pleasuring. Yeah, self-pleasuring and how it relates to.
Wait, what was I saying?
Something about self-pleasure and how it relates to, I guess, your orgasm with other people or something. I'm not sure.
Cause it's my.
Oh, Mary froze. I'm like, why she looking at me?
Yep. Yes. I'm like, she looking all serious, but I'm like, she froze.
I'm like, sorry, I'll take the question back. I'll take it back. I mean that. Okay. So
when you since if it's a central nervous system thing and mostly involuntary and you don't know if it's going to happen, what are some of the myths? I mean, we did talk a little bit about some, but one in particular I wanted to bring up is how people will say that if someone's been sexually abused or we'll say if someone's been sexually abused and they have an orgasm, they must have enjoyed it. So it wasn't really it wasn't really rape or it wasn't really abuse because they had an orgasm.
Right. That was a big thing, especially back in the day. Like, oh, she got wet, wanted it, but self-protection type thing, or you're stimulating. Because somebody can be sleeping, you can stimulate them. That's it. Be involuntary, involuntary.
Right.
So you can be sleeping and still have an orgasm. They don't coalesce at times, and that is a myth.
Yeah, and I think that's an important information for people to know, so that we don't continue to victimize people who've been victimized.
Now I can't see Doc right here, Doc.
I agree with that.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, they enjoyed it. They told you no several times.
And again, that goes to speak to the patriarchal thing. It sounds like it makes sense to a man, right? So we don't know the inner workings of a woman. Well, you got wet, that means you must have wanted it. I know women I'm with, they get wet when they want it. So hello. It sounds like it makes sense. But then when a woman talks to it, no, this is how the body works, then it's like, oh, okay. I can see how that train of thought came about. I can definitely see how that thought came about. But that's why we need to learn and teach, people that you don't. And even girls, I think girls may have, this is what I surmise, that if sometimes they do where they do actually orgasm, they may feel like, maybe I wanted it.
Yes.
So we need to teach our girls, like, no, you didn't want it. That's sometimes the body will do that. So I definitely think we need to teach our girls these things.
Yes. You have to educate both
sides, definitely.
Right. No, boys and girls, please help. Don't you change to a yes because you wrestled all night.
Because you wrestled all day?
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like y'all have a situation where not your friend, where you trying to, the guy keeps trying to get it, he keeps like, come on, you're like, no, and then he wears you out, and then it's 3:00, you're like, yes. And now your no became a yes because he just wore out. He just kept trying, you say no, and you put your hands up, pump that, and then eventually you're tired like that. Here, that's what you're supposed to take it. So let your no be up.
Are there any benefits? Ask Mary. Are there any benefits to orgasm?
Wait. Well, let's with method. I mean, are any more myths, Mary, in regard to, like we were talking about the one where because the girl had orgasm or became wet, that she wanted to being forced to have sex or whatever the case may be. Are there any other myths out there around maybe sexual orgasm or something that may be
or people who are introduced to sex in a negative way or like a non-consensual way, they believe that they are experiencing an orgasm because of, again, that sensory stimulation, but they may not realize it until they begin to value themselves differently.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and once they value themselves differently and understand like sexual intimacy or whatever, then that's when, you know, they begin to understand what their body is feeling, how they're feeling, and what is it in connection to, like owning what the feelings are. But if they've been traumatized as far as how they were introduced into a sexual act that brings an orgasm, then yeah, that will be another myth. A lot of people say, oh, well, she's fast, she wants it, you know, she understands what she's doing. Not necessarily. It's a different narrative that's happening there.
Right. Like the girl says, throw me into the wall.
Oh, remember that story?
Yeah, she had some problems going on that she was trying to. That's how she, I guess, got there.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. And it's like she has to unlearn that behavior in order to be present in a relationship where she can experience a true, authentic, like, orgasm.
Right.
Because she, yeah, that's crazy. I was trying to know her number and call her and help her out. But you need to thrown into the wall to be loved. Thrown into the wall ain't love, girl. Stop it.
But then, okay, so let's talk about that, like the whole throwing into the wall and the different lifestyles. Like, I'm not gonna go all the way in it, but but it's a very thin line in regards to how people,
Now, I'm letting Doc know what you were talking about. She was talking about the.
I can hear you. I can hear Mary.
Oh, okay.
What she saying?
She can hear you, Mary.
She can hear you. Oh,
she can hear me. I just can't see or hear her.
So, Mary, you said there's a thin line. What?
I said that it's a thin line when you look at what is identified as like different sexual disorders, and what is sexual gratification, because there's some people who get like it's certain types, and I don't remember the names right now, but it's certain types that like that aggression in order to like stimulate and in order to experience an orgasm.
Right.
Correct.
For all the ladies out there, the aggression, I'm not aggressive, so I'm not throwing you into a wall. Turns me off. Leave. Here.
Or like the NFL player threw the girl into the TV. I mean, not the shift gears.
No, but she didn't get anything out of that but a concussion. That was ridiculous. Straight animal. In front of the kid. That was bugged out.
He don't see that kid, just like he don't see that she's a female and not a male. Like he he's not present any longer.
Gotcha.
But he doesn't realize that he's not present. So then there's that issue.
Okay. So Doc, what was the question you were about to ask? The positives are coming? I mean, orgasm?
What did I say?
Is there any positives of you said
benefits?
Benefits.
What are the benefits? Benefits to orgasming? Calmness, peace, relaxation.
Yeah, stress reliever. Yeah.
Oh, connection with partner.
Right. Like, when was that going to come up?
I don't know. I don't know when it was going to come up. Yeah, connection with your partner actually would be a benefit of. So I have a question real fast. The best or most intense orgasm, that be with someone you're really, really connected to? Or because I hear sometimes where the girl or the guy, they went down and, they're in Mexico, they meet somebody and it was the best thing ever because the whole experience was so dope that the dopamine that was released made this awesome. This experience was, wow, this, because everything around it. The difference is one better than the other.
I don't know.
The real question is, what other stimulants are? What you say, Gerald?
What other stimulants are involved? That's what you about to ask me.
Look like somebody had a good Mexico trip or something.
No, I'm thinking about.
Somebody was reminiscing.
I'm thinking about Mexico, and I'm thinking about when people travel where they think that nobody is going to know them, their inhibitions kind of open up and get stimulated differently. And then they also have other stimulants, like it could be a herb stimulant, a liquid stimulant that is also involved in that interaction. So do they really even know that it was the best ever, or it just feels like it was the best ever because now the next day they got a sex hangover?
Right.
Is there a difference?
Definitely.
Really? Because if I feel like I'm the best, then it's the best, right? Because it's my judgment.
You don't drink liquids that don't have that don't have sugar cane in it. You don't drink them type of liquid.
No, so wait. So what you're saying is that what I'm saying is that if I look back on my night, that was the best ever. That was amazing, independent of however it happened, and the whole situation combined, right? And then ending in, having this internal young lady. If I feel like that's the best and the orgasm is the best, is that the best? Because off of what I mean,
it's the best to what they've experienced before, but they're not going to look at the fact and say, okay, let me look at all these other environmental factors that played a part in making it the best.
New scenery.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
Because some people who like to be at the beach is a stimulant in and of itself before you even know who that partner is going to be.
So, but then with that train of thought, even that connection with that person is a stimulant, right? The whatever you, so it's all based around whatever stimulating you to get you there, correct? Depending if it's something that's natural or added or whatever the case may be, because you might need something else to get you there. Camp, swing in the living room, whatever you need to get you there.
Or her blue locks.
Yeah, or your blue locks, whatever it is. I just think I don't want people to think that there's a certain way for things to happen. I think that it's up to you and your partner to make your culture of what is great to you.
How that looks.
And how that looks to you guys can't be based on what you see, what someone else did, or how someone did it. You have to kind of experience for yourself, make that journey, that whatever together, and hopefully come out with something that's great for both parties.
Right, which is always arbitrary because you can have the goal of pleasure and it just doesn't happen in that interaction. So that don't mean make it dry in your attempts.
I'm sorry, Mary, not you, but somebody you know, right? Not you, but somebody you know. Your first orgasm, did you plan it?
I heard Camp say that.
I meant more talking about it. Don't bring that up. I meant about talking about it and going from there.
Daryl.
I heard her saying that when I was in the back room trying to jump into the rope.
Got you. I had to ask the expert. I got to ask the expert. Women
pre-calculate a lot of stuff when it comes to sex, but pre-planning an experience that you don't know that somebody else can bring you to, I don't know that to be true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't know it to be true.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to know because I just
not a part of his statistics.
You found that interesting.
I did.
You was intrigued.
I was. I'm like, that's amazing. You are a unicorn.
Oh, not the unicorn.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the benefits that I read about for men is that
looking at your faces, Doc must be talking.
Lots of orgasm reduces the mortality rate for men. Yeah. So men who have
Wait a minute.
orgasms 21 times or more a month
Okay.
are supposedly better off than men who might have four to 7 times a month.
So there needs to be 21 or more interactions a month.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
21. So what they're saying that it reduces the risk of prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And increases their mortality, supposedly.
So what you're saying is that some people ain't never gonna die.
But it needs to happen at least 21 times or more.
So it just says that the risk of mortality is just lower than men who don't. So you might live a year longer, maybe or 2
a year
years
longer than the average male.
Time out. How do they judge that study? Because you can't ask a man how sex he having during a month because he lies. Men lie up, women lie down. So a man is gonna tell the truth. Let's stop. Like it's just not. You can't get a group of men to tell you the truth. Like how many guys have sex? Nigga, 91 this month. 91. Huh? 91.
Just find you a new one.
But you ain't gotta be present for all of them.
Right.
It could be 91. You ain't gotta be present.
No. Men are gonna lie. Ego make you lie. You heard the ending. And
so even in a study where you're supposed to be ethical and really participating, so these people know that the evidence is correct.
The study could be ethical. The study could be correct.
But the answer is
no. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that knowing that you should be ethical, not the study. If you're going to be in it.
No. My ego. I know I got to be ego, and I'm like, I put 2 this month. Somebody might know it's me, and 91.
You know what?
I understand men lie up. Just like women lie down. You ask a woman, she like, I had 3. 3 what? This week? Like, stop. It is what it is.
I'm telling the truth. But anyway.
only person I believe had 3 is Camp because she was married since she was 12. I mean,
not since 12.
She was married her whole life, so I would believe Camp. Anybody else? Not gonna believe it. Not gonna believe it. So.
Well, another benefit they say is that the chemicals that are released can help with heart disease, fighting against certain cancers, heart disease. So the oxytocin and endorphins
and dopamine and serotonin and all that
things that make
release yourself. I thought you meant the chemical release with heart disease. I'm like, I'm helping you with heart disease.
No. The chemicals, not you. The chemicals that are released during an orgasm.
Daryl, you are a mess.
Not you, Daryl.
I'm glad you clarified. I'm like, I'm about to go save the world. Hey, I'm fighting heart disease.
That they could have protective qualities.
One at a time. I got you. Heart disease.
They don't think you're fighting heart disease because of your 6:30 boot camp.
So Daryl is going to be the literal Captain Saver.
Save a hoe.
Got you. I am here. I was put here to help you. Okay, so glad you clarified.
And everything else. Okay.
I'm glad you clarified. I was really mistaken. I am saving lives.
You would interpret
Ruth is funny.
You do.
Ruth, we're not doing this right now.
Daryl would interpret it that way.
Well,
I'm just trying to help you out. That's his new line. I'm trying to help you out.
Lower your heart disease.
Wait a minute. Listen, I thank you, Doc. It's even better. My heart's been having a little bit. Can I get some? I'm trying to make my heart better. It works.
And I know somebody who, I don't know that was the precursor conversation, but they had a heart attack in the midst of an intimate situation and passed away.
Whoa.
That was an episode on Rock.
He
was it? Well, that was the episode when I was...
Okay, Rock was back in the early 90s, but it was an episode on Rock.
He was coming and going at the same time.
I'm about to agree with Ruth.
I mean, ain't that
That's
the way to go?
unfortunate.
Go, hey, that's how you go out on top.
That laugh, boy.
Oh,
I
and
think a lot of men would
too.
prefer to go out that way though.
Was
You
it?
said a lot of people would prefer.
I said I think a lot of men would prefer to go out that way.
Absolutely. Like, yeah. I'll just say, why not? Why not? What better way to go?
Wow.
Are there any other methods? I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing. I'm learning.
You say you want to make sure you know what you're doing.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm learning the benefit of orgasm. So this is what I can say. I need to do this because I've been smart without me, and I want to live longer. I'm gonna need your help. I need to bathe myself.
I don't know if it's anything else to share.
But what about disorders? Can you hear me, Mary?
Disorders?
Disorders.
What do you mean?
So
like,
are there disorders like if you can't orgasm or if you used to be able to orgasm and now you can't anymore? Does that just mean
like some men with like prostate problems right now? I think I was talking about inner prostate, so it didn't allow them to orgasm anymore. If I'm not mistaken.
Say that again. I can't hear you, Daryl.
Someone with prostate problems wouldn't that prohibit the so that would be an issue, and then they're just angry at this point. I don't know.
What about premature ejaculation? That's an issue. Someone who can't hold it.
So weird, right? Because I know some people who are fast, but then the woman's like, my stuff's so good, he can't last. So I don't know if that's really. It depends on the woman. Like I really was like the dude, like yo, he was quick, boom, and she was like, my stuff's so good. I was like, oh really? That's what it is. Okay. But hey, do you? So in that case, again, I don't know if she's telling the truth or she's trying to, stroke his ego. But at that point, he feels like he's doing whatever he's doing is right because she co-signed it basically. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, do you guys know any of your friends that experience?
What'd you say, Daryl?
I would say, do you got not you guys, any friends that some premature ejaculators, and how did it affect the relationship, or what did you say? If you said anything, or did you just get up and get dressed and go?
So something that was shared is that someone said, every time I have a new partner, I ejaculate fast. But if you give me a couple minutes, then I'll be able to like start again. And that person was like, what? Like how many times you tested this theory to know that every time you go putting yourself into a new situation, that's the one question. But then
why is that a question? Why is that a question? See, now you just shame him for trying to be truthful with you.
Try to be honest.
Right, but that's
I'm trying to, and you're judging. It's not true, but it's a judgment on me now.
It is.
You just judged me for me being honest. Now you took it from me just saying, well, how many people you did it with? You know what? I'm gonna go. Thank you. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna go. Because you just made it where I don't feel like I can talk to you. I can't be open, honest. That communication we're supposed to have in this intimate moment because you took it away from an intimate moment. And maybe I'm different. I'm out of the sidebar, but go ahead. I was sticking up for men who try to be
You was, and I was just trying to share this story that was told to me.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell your story. I'm sorry. I felt that for that man. I felt like he was trying to be vulnerable, and he
wasn't able to.
Right. You said you just told him without telling him you can't talk to me because every time you talk, I'm like a whore.
But the person continued to attempt to try to see if what he was saying was real, thinking that what they would do would help it not pre-ejaculate. But then it did, and then it was that waiting period, and then like they attempted it again, and it was like, okay, what is happening?
I think it's stunning his growth. It became a performance issue at that point.
Right. And so one of the disorders when it comes to like the sexual ejaculation is the practice that stop and go with other activities where maybe it's some masturbation going on, and when it's about to happen, to stop and then be able to like kind of just calm down, embrace that moment, and then get yourself to that point again, but then stop and allow the release to happen, or keep the release in, so that you can begin to learn how to have stamina in that area.
Right.
And sometimes it's just too much pressure mentally.
We need your help. When we say stop, hey, don't move. Don't be doing the little kegels and shit, grabbing stuff from the inside. It's over. See, I told you stop. Now you grabbed it.
That whole needing your help and the stop and start is not a mutual conversation at that point.
Absolutely not.
It's definitely performance.
Flex, stop.
So he's saying that it's not a. Mary can't hear me, but so I'm wondering if that person was saying that it's not a disorder or it's not a problem. He just needs some time because it only happens the first time he sleep with someone.
No, not first time. The first ejaculation comes fast. That's what we think. In general.
But every new partner.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes fast until he learns to calm down, I guess, and get control of the situation. No, I'm getting some. Oh, damn, sorry, I was excited.
Like you said, give him some time, a couple of minutes in between to get himself together.
I'm sorry.
And it probably is a mind over matter situation in regards to why the pressure is probably heart is racing, probably head is feeling like it's about to explode, like with a headache. Like it's so many other bodily functions that's kind of driving that rush to release.
Just let it flow.
I get some.
The interaction. For it to happen naturally.
Right.
That's terrible. But then on the opposite side, sometimes I know people go too long, right? They go too, and I didn't know this was a problem. I thought the longer the better, and she burned and dry, she was caught on fire. She's tired.
Like, hey,
it's starting fire.
Fire? Is that fire?
Like it's no longer mutual. If it's dry, like you need to do something else. Like go ahead and eat it some more. Do something to like re-stimulate the nerve system. Like do something.
And that's when we need to have a voice, both of us, and say, hey, look, hour and a half of pump
communication.
But I'm gonna need something different. Yeah, I'm gonna need something different, like some ice or something, because here.
Yeah, but when you have bestiality, that animal can't speak back and say, yes, the animal can't speak back and say, yo, I'm dry.
Oh, wow. Right.
Who?
I got what you're saying. It's a real thing.
Bestiality
is a real thing, yes. So,
but how are we here?
I'm sorry, Daryl. We can go back to the other
They
room we
are-
was in.
Ruth, if you take your
Yes,
episode
eat it
off-
some more. Eat it some more.
I am learning eating is very important.
I
It's
told you
crazy.
this earlier.
If you know how to do it. If you know how to do it. If you
Yeah.
don't know how to do it, then
Don't be chopping on nothing.
we might as well just break up from this conversation right now.
What happened
Right.
from prior?
Tell Mary she
Damn.
sound like Daryl
Damn.
now.
She does. What happened to prior shows? We're teaching somebody how to do something.
Damn. Tell us. We'll take these. We gotta take an eating class because they need it. They want it. Shit.
They have to come to my sex esteem event for the class.
Okay. Oh.
But you know, it's funny that women need to really be this vocal about how we feel. Men are vocal about how we feel. You know what I mean? Hey, put your lips on it. I'm gonna need you to put your lips on it. Like, we're very vocal. But women
Yeah,
are,
but
are
then
not
put your
that
lips on it
vocal.
without your teeth, without your gums. Like,
Right.
it's,
Women,
you
time
know,
out.
don't
Do we have to
pull
say that?
my lip off.
Do we
Huh?
have to say without teeth? Do we have to say that?
Some
I
people
mean,
do.
that should be a
Some
given.
people do.
Some people need to be told because they think that the teeth is a part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
See,
I
Ruth said
blame
there
y'all.
is a right and a wrong way. For real.
Mhm.
There
For
is.
real, for real.
I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
didn't
And
Keith Sweat say that? There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody.
He sure did.
y'all done broke out in a song over eating. That's how
I mean,
it is. God dang, that's it. Oh, that's life. That's life. God dang. Like, eating is life. Man, eating ain't doing
You
shit.
need your nutrients and vegetables and all of that.
I'm
And
about
then
to be
you
a
want to
vegetarian,
cleanse
huh?
my skin. You want to cleanse my skin with your release. So, like, let's have this wonderful nutrient meal.
I'm trying to help you out. This protein is
That's what I'm saying.
making
We
sure-
need to
Yeah.
we need to mutually exchange some protein on both sides. We could do it at the same time. 6'9". I mean, we could do it at the same time. Just make sure it's done correctly.
Got you.
Amen.
Tell them, ladies, yum yum. Ruth, go to bed. Go to bed.
She not going to bed.
No time.
Oh,
She always here with us to the end.
Yes.
So I guess the question would be like, even so when people say masturbate to orgasm, is that because the orgasm is calling them? What is driving that?
I think
My
it could be multiple
calling
things.
for ya.
Right?
I mean, sometimes people do it just to fall asleep faster. You know,
What?
it's
You doing that just to fall asleep? Like, I ain't melatonin, but I got a finger. That's what we're doing?
What happened with the finger?
it is relaxing.
Doc
Relaxation.
said sometimes not her, but she heard people masturbate to go to sleep. Just to go to sleep faster at night.
Absolutely.
Like
You gotta
that.
bust off real quick so you can go to sleep
Ooh.
good.
Yep.
Right. I gotta get up early.
Exactly. Just like that. 3 minutes is all it takes if you need 3 minutes. Be knocked out.
She applaud you like that. So now, if someone's in the bed with you, is there times that you defer to the self pleasure because you don't go through all that? This would be quick. Is that a thing, or would you tap the person? Hey.
I mean, sometimes you gotta respect that your partner is a little tired, but if your body is calling for you, then you might have to, just use your toolkit that you got. You know, that deep bag toolkit, special drawer, whatever.
Next to bed. Yeah.
Hey, what you
But
doing
then
that
you also
finger
have
for?
to make sure
What
that
are
you have a
doing?
partner that their ego is not
Right.
bruised by the fact that
Yeah.
you can
Tainted.
self-pleasure.
Yeah.
Because some partners is like, oh, well, if you do that, you don't need me then. No, this is actually helping you out, like for real. Like for real.
Right. So I've heard that both ways. I heard that some men who prefer to pleasure themselves, and the woman is like, "Oh, I'm here. Hello." what are you doing?
Mhm.
And they were take care of themselves, so they not take care of themselves better than other people, I guess. Whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And then,
Mhm.
I don't know if women is that the same for women, where they're like, you know what, I got bed sleep, I'm good. I'm gonna be sleeping too.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I woke up and
Yes,
it was a whole bunch,
yes, it could
a
be
whole
the
bunch, a
same
whole
for
bunch of,
women.
okay. I mean, if
Yeah.
I wake up and I see a whole bunch of women under the covers over there, I'm like, hey, I'm joining in. It's gonna be a threesome. Me, fingers.
Me, you, and your fingers.
Yeah,
Right.
threesome. Hey, I'm coming too.
I mean, and that could be like the foreplay. You know, sometimes people enjoy watching you self-stimulate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
after
Okay.
they watched you for the time period that they want to do that, then they may join in because ultimately you're going to get to that orgasm and you're going to end up getting there together. But it becomes like the foreplay in that moment, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because then they may use the same tools or different tools in that goodie bag to continue the situation that maybe they never even have to penetrate because of whatever contraptions that you have going on.
You just
Yeah,
blew
but
Daryl's mind.
You sure did.
I said that when she said you don't have to penetrate.
What
I was
happened?
like, ooh, what? What'd you say?
Oh,
You
y'all
don't got to do what?
making me laugh.
Very interesting. Fellas, pay attention. Replay it over and over. You're giving us some gems here. So, so people have multiple orgasms sometimes, right?
Right.
Do are they like the orgasms are the same, or can they increase, or can they up and down? Like, not you guys, but your friends, and they have multiple orgasms. Like how? Like what is that? You know, like, I'm doing it again. They go, whoa.
Well,
What is going on here?
it's when you have a series of them in short period of time.
Back to
And
back,
some
yeah.
people might say they had multiples when they had one at 5 and then they had one at 5:30. Not the
Gotcha.
same thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
But you can have a
Okay.
twin
So,
orgasm if you have a vaginal and
Yes.
a clitoris at the same time. So that's it's called a
what?
twin orgasm.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have twins. My goal is have twins. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. I got goals. I had twins. That's my new thing. I want twins.
That should go, yeah, twin orgasm. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Mm.
Is that how common? So if regular orgasms are 11%, where are twin orgasms at? Are they like 2%? Is that a lot less? That occurs a lot less. That's likely to occur.
Well, the research said it was rare, but they do occur. But sometimes people don't know, like for women, sometimes they don't know they are occurring when they do happen.
So women don't know the difference between a vaginal and a clitoral?
They normally occur separately. They talked about orgasms occurring separately, but it can happen with them both together, the twin orgasms, with the vaginal.
So would you feel a difference, meaning they come at the same time? Would you feel one, like, I don't know where, like, above one side, do you feel the two different places heating up, or it's kind of like one big sensation?
So they were saying, from the research, they were saying it can occur at the same time. However, it's a big difference, but it's rare. So it happens less than just a regular orgasm.
Right. So nobody knows anybody who had the unicorn. Nobody knows anybody, not y'all, but none of your friends never talked about having it. No. Okay. I don't know. This is something new. You know what I mean?
I think
can
from
men
friends.
have twin orgasms? Great. I'm sorry.
I think from friends, it depends on.
They definitely can have a twin orgasm. It's all in the groceries and other places.
Right.
Right.
Oh, you mean?
So I think you can tell the difference depending on how close they are. Like if one starts slightly before
groceries,
the other
anal.
I know what groceries are.
No, I just was naming the other places because I didn't say those at first.
No, you
Oh,
didn't.
got you. How about breast? I know breast plant that stimulates things. No.
No,
Wait, what happened?
some women can.
He said being stimulated, like impressed. For
Some
women.
women can from just that.
Got you. But it's still down in the loin. They can't have a breast on it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking. Then the questions. Write me more questions we want to know. We don't know. We have a chance to ask them, not them, about the friends they know. They got some friends that may have had this thing happen to them. Trying to learn here. So we want twins, but no one has ever seen a twin or experienced a twin. Put it like that's kind of that. Is something
if we speaking in third person, like how would we know if they ever experienced it?
I'm just asking. I'm asking. Do we know anyone that experienced twins? That sounds like a no. All right. Okay.
So
right.
In a session,
I don't want to be guilty on live.
Right.
Mary's like, I'm not doing it. That's what she's like.
I think we found a unicorn. I think we
But like, if you're talking about like having a session, like Di said, or a discussion, I have heard it happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all sit around talking about, girl, they both was on fire last night. Y'all have those conversations? Y'all talking
like who both was on fire?
The
twins.
The twins. The vaginal. Yeah, the vaginal.
You definitely tired the next day. Is that what you asking?
No, I mean, I said, so how do you like? Do women talk like that when you get your
do
girl?
Women
girl,
talk about those?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do women talk?
Yes,
like
if you
that?
have really close friends. Yes.
Okay.
They talk like that.
I mean, we talk about y'all like.
Yeah, but y'all don't talk about how y'all like y'all groceries done and tossed and sauced.
No, we do. I know we had men, and we all talked about it, and we know you can't get your legs put up over your head. You gotta lay on your stomach, and you know that it's gonna make you. I don't care how tough you are. It's gonna bring the bitch out of you because you ain't reach it. Get it, girl, get it.
I can't. Okay.
I can't.
Right.
I'm just saying. So I know guys have talked about that before, and I'm some like guys been thinking like, hey, just don't your legs throwing over your head. That's a bitch.
But the thing about it is, I don't think that men actually realize that their legs is going over their head until they over their head.
Nah. Real G's know. Like, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? Put the leg down. What you doing? Like, ain't nobody. Ain't none of that. That ain't. Yeah. How would you look anyway? Would you want the man all curled up like, get it down?
Yeah.
Maybe you would. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We got a real life answer.
Real one.
Yeah, I don't think I would feel comfortable. I don't like this.
Well, then that means you're not present in the moment.
I'm present, but I don't want my legs.
No, you're trying to have control over how you're going to explore your pleasure.
Excuse me. Absolutely. There is some control here. You can't do anything to me. I'm not just out here to do anything.
You missing out.
You say you're not trying to do everything, Daryl?
Actually, tell me again. It's subjective. Ain't I missing out?
You missing out.
No, I'm not. Like, yo, if I put my legs over, if you put your legs,
you could be in denial.
Oh wow.
If you put your legs over your head, it's better. No, it don't.
No. So hear me clear. There's no communication to say to put your legs up. Your body responds and your legs end up going up automatically without you.
Absolutely. My body says no automatically. What did you do?
That means that you're not present in the moment. That means that you still not having that out of body situation.
So clarification. Present in the moment means anything goes. Is that what we're saying?
Why do you gotta be restricted if you at that point that you getting your groceries taken care of?
Again, present in the moment means anything goes.
With consent.
So, so my legs won't be going over my head. No, why you have those things? Same difference.
If it's that good,
We
then
all
so
have-
be it. Pretzel time,
I
yes.
don't know.
Be twisted up
How
like
good
one.
I don't know what is so good that my legs won't be over my head. It's just not happening.
You
If it's
because
good,
you
so-
trying to still control the environment. It's no controlling of the environment.
That's like a guy trying to put his member in your butt and you ain't ready. It's not that hurt. It's going to stop. It's going to just.
Let me be
It's
clear.
gonna
This is not
be-
a random situation that you do just with anybody. Like this should
I'm not
be
saying
a
anybody.
situation that you
I'm not saying anybody. I'm saying
you might be
wait a
though,
minute.
because you always saying you
Wait
getting
a
yours.
You see me? I'm just saying. There's rules and regulations, everything. So everybody has that point where it's just like, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't even talk about this. Put my leg down. I don't care how into you are. Some things are going to just whoa. Now you got that moment. You was there, and this crossed wherever you. We have our lines, and some lines, and my legs not going over my head. Okay, that's it. I mean, not y'all, not even y'all, but how many people you know that had their legs over their head as a guy? Not y'all, but your friends told you about it. Is that something that's normal?
I didn't hear your whole question.
Not you guys. Maybe I told y'all about it, and one of your girls was like, "Yo, I put the nigga's legs over his head, and I was and he loved it, and he loved it, and his legs was up, and he was holding like this."
I've not heard anybody say that.
Me neither. Just haven't.
What Doc say?
She haven't heard
She hasn't
anybody
heard
say
anybody say that.
I haven't either.
But that doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
No,
Right.
no,
That's what I was
exactly.
about to
It's because there are unicorns. Everything's happening, but in the numbers that would make it be something that was, a regular. I don't think. I just don't know. I don't know. It could be happening. I'm just saying it's not for me.
I mean, I would
Gotcha.
think that even in close circles, a woman might think her friends are going to think something if she tells them that.
she does.
Yeah, man. Now if she don't care about dude, and it's just like somebody she just getting with, yeah, they're gonna talk about that and they're gonna laugh.
You women ain't no good. Pay attention, guys. No good.
But if it's her man, I don't know if she would say that.
Really,
I don't know if she would tell that
Gotcha.
part.
So Doc said, Mary, that sometimes women may not say, if it's their man, they may not expose that about him. If it's a rando, if it's rando, they would talk about him like a dog. Like, yeah, we had his legs back, he was screaming.
And they shouldn't if it's their man.
Yeah, most.
That's private.
Yeah, right.
They don't expose
Advertise
that.
it, please. Yeah.
Which is why I get married.
Because you don't want the
because
next time you
if
come
I
to the
wouldn't
cookout or
tell-
the family outing, then now everybody looking at him like, yeah, you had your
Right.
legs up like a pretzel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, what you mean? They gonna be like, look at pretzel. They're pretzel. Huh? Pretzel. That's pretzel. Look at pretzel.
That's why I was saying I get Mary's point, because if it's somebody you really care about, you probably wouldn't expose that, but he should feel comfortable enough to do it because he knows you're not going to put it out on the street.
It ain't about him putting it on the street. He put his legs over his head. It's not about. I don't care what you want to do with it. It's not, I don't want to do it. I just think it's weird. I don't think it's that's the deal.
You don't think it's weird when you experience it.
Oh shit. Oh.
Here we go. Pineapple. You know what I'm saying? That's when the safe word comes out.
Is that the code word?
That's the safe word.
That's the code word.
That's the safe word.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Put my fucking legs down. What did you do? this was not agreed upon before. That's all I'm saying.
Too
That's it.
funny.
That's it.
So that's it. No, that's not good.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't want to find out about the prostate orgasms that they say happen that I don't believe happen. I don't believe it. I don't believe it personally. People say it happens. I don't believe it.
It takes it's a special kind of, not special, but it's a particular type of stimulation that you do to get that.
But no, funny, that's one thing I don't think I've ever heard a guy talk about.
Well, yeah, because of the stimulation that's needed. What man is going to tell their friends about that?
Yeah, I said never heard that one before. But I don't think it happens. I mean, nobody talk about it. You know, that's so I guess men can have a twin then, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
A man's twin would be the prostate, which would be, I guess, inner orgasm, and then the regular ejaculation. I don't want no twins.
I thought you wanted twins. I thought you was all down for the twins.
I think he was down for the twin, making sure the twin happened on the other side. The other way, right?
Other side, I'm definitely with twins. I'm learning maybe it's triplets.
Yeah.
So you hit everything. Everything gonna be just tingling.
If you put it that way, yeah.
Oh man. Anything else for the orgasms? We didn't kill these orgasms.
Yes, we have.
Killed them.
Yes.
And not you guys, but after this show, I wonder if anybody gonna go, any of your friends go play the guitar or something, go sleep. Not you guys.
What you say? Gonna do what?
If we gonna play the guitar before we go to sleep, because we talked about busting off before you go to sleep.
Not you guys. Not you guys. I mean, maybe some of your friends or people.
Some of the people in the audience.
Yeah, the people that work out a lot.
That's hilarious. Ruth, none of your workout pictures are ever gonna be the same.
They're not. I told you I might have to block her now because when I let her pictures, I know what's really going on. She's like, this is my fifth workout today, and she looks so relaxed after. I know what's going on, Ruth. Now you're stressed out. It's safe with us. We won't tell anybody else.
Yeah, we have beat this topic to death.
Yeah, we did.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
Go ahead, Ruth.
Yeah, no, Ruth. Cam been married so long. No, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we have beat this topic to death.
We didn't beat it.
So here you go asking another question.
Well, I'm not like that. We beat it to death like when she came and you still stroking. She's like, stop, it's ovulation.
What?
When they overstimulate, they come and you keep going and they overstimulate. No, that happens.
It's better to stop and then start when you can.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or switch positions.
Let the sensitivity die down a little bit.
So wait, I have one question. So if you're like say you're having sex,
I'm about to fight, Daryl.
That's fine. I got questions.
Go ahead, Doris. Just say your question. What you say?
You're penetrating her visually stimulating, and then she's like it's oversensitive because they're both on the same time.
I didn't hear his question.
Me either.
So like I know a girl like she was overstimulated because the guy had was penetrating her and then visually stimulated at the same time.
This is so after she already had an orgasm or before?
I don't know.
Okay. If it was after, yeah, that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
So you
much.
double stimulating her, but I don't know what your question is.
Are you saying it's too much?
Okay.
You said you think so, or you forgot?
No, she did. Doctor answered it.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
She jumped right in the rope. She jumped right in. She got it.
We couldn't totally hear you. That's why we asked you again. What did you say, and what was the question?
Was that an attitude?
We asked you 3 times, and I can't hear Doc at all. So like,
I know, right?
That's
no,
fine.
you guys were talking at the same time, Mary. So I couldn't really hear. I heard Doc.
Gotcha.
Sorry. This is that one. So, ooh, look at this. Look at the time. First time.
we gotta write this day down, Ruth.
Okay.
The day we talked about orgasms, we got him to be speechless. He don't even know his question. Like I
was learning. I'm here to learn from y'all.
You're right. You're right.
I want to learn. I can't. Yeah, I'm here to learn.
We out in these streets.
Right. Thank you guys for sharing your friend's stories. Not your stories. It was your friend's stories. I did. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ooh.
Any closing words on orgasms?
She said any closing words.
We're waiting for somebody to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Y'all ready for me to do that?
Yeah, amen.
Amen. Pass the offering plate. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week with our technical difficulties. Thank you for those who catch us on the replay and look at the entire replay. Give us your feedback in the comments, any questions that you may have. And we will see you on Black Friday. We have a lovely topic happening for Black Friday. And just to give you a heads up now, the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, as we did last year, we will be taking a break to celebrate the holidays with our family and friends, and then coming out fresh in January. We come out spicy. But for now, we will see you next Friday. Do the camp wave.
Goodbye.
Have a safe holiday and travel safely with your family and friends.
Don't eat too much turkey.
Well.